Moin liebe Anno-Freunde und herzlich willkommen zu einem weiteren Vlog. Es ist mal wieder an der Zeit, es steht ein weiteres Anno-Community-Event an. Nachdem wir ja im April bereits an Rom auf dem ersten Anspiel-Event waren, wo wir dann Anno 117 das erste Mal wirklich spielen durften und auch eine gute Zeit mit den anderen Creatoren hatten, geht es jetzt weiter. Es steht das alljährliche Anno-Community-Event an, wo dann nochmal neben den Creatoren auch mehr Leute aus der Community mit dabei sind. Und wie letztes Jahr auch, findet das dieses Jahr im Rahmen der Gamescom 2025 statt. Und da hat Anno jetzt, im Gegensatz zu letzten Jahr, auch einen richtig großen Stand aufgezogen, wo das Ganze dann stattfinden wird. Das heißt, ich mache mich jetzt auf den Weg nach Köln, nehme euch dabei einfach ein bisschen mit und ich wünsche euch viel Spaß mit diesen Eindrücken von der Gamescom 2025. So, wir sind im Parkhaus angekommen, aber ich sag euch, das war schon mal ein richtiges Abenteuer. Ich war noch nie auf der Köln-Messe und hier die Parkplätze zu finden, die dir dann die App von der Gamescom vorschlägt, wo noch was frei ist und die richtige Abfahrt dafür zu treffen, das war schwierig. Dementsprechend durfte ich jetzt noch mal eine kleine Extra-Runde drehen, aber wir haben es geschafft. Jetzt geht's Richtung Gamescom. Da stimmt doch was nicht. Das ist das falsche A. Da hinten wollen wir hin. Das sieht nach dem richtigen A aus.
Of a new age. Our truth shall be live with abundance. Our field shall yield bountiful harvest.
characters and their stories. Jan will be back with Oliver to talk to you about the much anticipated land combat. And to close, Oliver and Lisa will be there to give you all the information about all the crazy things happening around Anno 170 packs from now. May your roads be straight or not. Your taxes balanced, try, and your citizens forever content. Thank you everyone, thank you again my dear friend, and enjoy the evening.
Immortalized in lateness, here's a little lesson in greatness. Building discovery is your vocation. It's all about location, location, location. Find a religion.
People who they accepted somehow the conquest, the new ruler Rome, but they are somehow lost because they need to find a way now to adjust and get used to the Romans. And in our game, you will be able, as a Roman governor, also decide how this should work with them.
Yes, as you said, they are not very well decided what they should be, so actually you can decide for them, and that's great for you. So you can choose either to keep them more Celtic by upgrading them to smiths, which are very good at crafting and metallurgy, or you can choose to upgrade their houses to mercatos, and those are more Romanized, like the population here, and mercatos are more into the exchange of goods and trade. So yeah, that would be more the Roman way of building those islands. They also build very differently, like, so you can see, for example, Celts, they have this like Celtic looking architecture. They use the local construction material like reeds and mud, so their house is looking very different than to Roman residences, which they have these fine terracotta tiles and are built from stone. Yeah, so that will already have an impact on the look of your cities. It's just not about the buildings, right?
Other men, they not only have awesome mustaches, they are also very well respected by their tribe. Or you can upgrade the mercatos into the nobles, and the nobles, they see themselves as true legit Romans. Don't ask the people back in Latium what they think about them, but they believe they are true legit Romans, although they have, of course, Celtic roots.
Yeah, they are not exactly copy-paste 100%, yeah. They think that they are 100% Roman, but they are slightly different because they are also influenced by Celts, of course.
Yeah. And I mean, Jan talked about the needs, also here talking about public buildings that you all know. The elderman here, there's he wants and demands the elderman town hall, as you see here, a proud symbol of the Celtic tradition. While the nobles, they are more into Roman comfort, they like aqueducts, and they even also want to have a bathhouse in Albion. Yeah, but it doesn't stop here, Jan?
Yeah, it's also about the culture, and one of big aspect of culture is, of course, the religion. So we will also talk about the religion. And as you might already know, the game features the religion, and the Roman religion was actually very polytheistic. So they adopted a lot of different deities from different regions. And yeah, you can see we will also give you a chance to meet with the Celtic gods. So here we will also have a free gods.
Yes, we go look at them in detail a bit more. So the first god we want to highlight is Epona. So if you go the Romanized way, if you want to build terracotta wonders, you need to do this to get the space, to get the building land, and use it.
Yeah, and I super like that actually it's very visible. So if you, even with the far zoom camera distance, you clearly know if this is like terraform island or not. And that's the way to build aqueducts, because you cannot build aqueducts in marsh. They would just sink, right? So you need to just like make the firm land, and then you can build aqueducts.
Yeah, but every decision you make in the game will have consequences. Also this one, because there are people who are not happy with that.
Not just economical consequences, but also, yes, as you said, like there are different people already living in that province, and what you can see here, this is actually Wada, which was inspired by the real historical person Boudica. And Wada is a true Celtic warrior. She is a raider, and she hates everything what the Rome represents. She's only about protecting the Celtic tradition. So just imagine that you start to dry out the marshes. She will hate you, and it will be very difficult to actually go into good terms with her.
He's slightly judgmental. So, I mean, he's someone in the province that hasn't seen much support from Rome since he kind of offered his his support. And the problem is that Wada treats him quite badly because of this. So he's hoping he can make the difference as governor.
He sits a bit on the palisade, so to speak, and he's also got a bit of a complicated parentage, I hear.
Yeah, there's no paternity testing in this era, but something equivalent you might experience as a quest at some point.
He's a bit Celto-Roman, we suspect, so that brings him into a difficult spot. Hopefully you can, help Max find his way. But, in the end he's always there with a smile, a silver lining.
Yeah, and some kind of undercutting remark to make you feel bad about what you just did. Whether you're doing the Roman thing or the Celtic thing, he'll judge you either way.
He's a friendly guy, but it's complicated for him.
Yeah.
Speaking of complicated.
Right, so here we have Atha Jorgwin.
Of course we did not forget about Anna's most renowned family. So if you've been looking for your Jorgensen, this is him. Atha Jorgwin, Albion's wild card. And he's going to build up like you. He's a rival, so you can choose how you want to deal with him. And his favorite project?
I mean, he wants to build Camelot, so it's very much like that, but he calls it Care Lloyd. So, and he uses all the tools that you'll be using as well to kind of construct the city in his own fashion, taking the best of both Celtic and Roman options in the province. Interestingly, for this Anno, this character is only built in Albion, so you won't see him in Latium, even though he's a rival, so that's a kind of a new thing.
Yeah, he's obsessed, with leaving a legacy behind, but whether or not he succeeds, some of you will know. And he can be quite friendly if he thinks you're here, to join him on a quest. But if you ever run into trouble with him, you don't have to take a seat at his round table. There are military solutions. You can absolutely do something against him, take him on and his knights. But Ollie's going to tell you more about how to best approach this problem.
2 horses or ponies, ponies, right? You can discuss, yeah. But it's a range unit, so they throw the spears and they use the mobility as their advantage to keep distance from the other units. And if you actually cannot chase them, that might be quite difficult for you. But we will see this in a second.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Yeah,
and what you see here actually is like we already built our big military camp called Castrum, and yes, we are calling our legionnaires from Italy, and you can encamp them, so you can build camps to reduce their maintenance. But we have some other units here already, so yeah, let's show them. So the very first unit you can see is catapults, and this is like heavy artillery. Something absolutely necessary if you want to get through the stone wall. Yeah, so if you want to get through the stone wall, you need artillery.
Spoiler for later.
Yeah. Another unit which deals less damage, but that's much more accurate, is actually ballistas, and they are like versatile. You can use them also against the ships, against the units, against the walls. Then what you can see here is the light infantry. So there are spearmen, actually very good against the cavalry. Yeah? And the last, no, it's actually not the last.
Second last.
Yeah. It's our range units, it's slingers. Yeah, so they throw the stones. It's the range units. Actually, the ammunition is all around them, so they never run out of the ammunition. And also, we have tools that you can build formations. So as you see here, you can actually stretch them as you like. You can, for example, make sure that they just fit into the narrow gap, so you can just like hold back the enemies. And the very last unit is cavalry, recruited from equities, and it's the fastest unit you can have on the battlefield. Very good against the range units, or just chase running enemies.
So I would say let's show actually how to use these units in combat and how they perform. The first first example we brought you is this one. We have 2 axe bearers here hidden in the forest, and some unsuspecting legionnaires just patrolling. We're ambushing them now, first with 1 group of axe bearers, and as Jan said, they are very effective with their high axes against even armored units. And now we're also flanking these poor legionnaires on the other side, and you will see what happens in just a second. They're running away. Because not only are they taking casualties, we also have a morale system in the game, so that if units are taking casualties, if they are getting outflanked, outnumbered, surrounded, they're very likely to just run away. And now these second poor group of legionnaires, they're outnumbered. They probably won't stand around much longer. They probably decide to run home soon, but they will try at least, right? They might not make it.
I'm not sure if they ever make it to Italy. Let's see. No, probably not, yeah. It's quite desperate, actually.
Let's not look closer.
Actually, special about this chariot. So in Britannia, they had generally smaller horses, actually ponies. So they were not accustomed to drive the proper horses or something like this. So they had these chariots. And they are approached by the light infantry, by the spearmen. They're just throwing pepper at them with the spears, yeah. But the problem is the light infantry cannot catch up with them. They cannot engage in war with them. They are much slower. So actually, if you have no other unit to deal with them, that's the end. Yeah? I don't think so that they will cause any casualties to the chariots. Yeah?
Not today.
Not today.
But good thing there is a unit to catch up with that, right? So we go back to our cavalry that we talked about earlier, because as you said, the ponies are a bit smaller than a full horse, and obviously they also drag in a chariot. While the cavalry, bigger horses, close combat expert, they're faster. They will catch up with these chariots in a few moments, and then on top of that, yeah, they are close combat experts. The chariots like to stay away, keep their distance, and so as soon as they catch up, they really have no chance in close combat. And yeah, not the best day after the success in the previous video.
Doesn't look good there. So now they call them. Yeah, and it's actually quite fast process, as you can see. So yeah.
But we brought one more thing, a slightly bigger battle here.
That's a quite big battle, so you can do definitely also huge battles if you are patient enough and has a lot of people. And as you can see, there are two types of fortification. So the first fortification is palisade, which is wooden fortification. And you can break through this palisade just with the torches, so you can burn the palisade, but it takes time. But for these stone walls, as I mentioned earlier, you need the heavy artillery, like catapults. And yeah, so I brought with me like 3 catapults, and I'm starting to bombard this wall. Yeah. But yeah, the catapults are also a bit slower, and it takes time to reload, and they are not 100% accurate. So be careful about your units, which might be around the walls, because then you can have some casualties. And actually, this video it took quite long. It took like 5 minutes, so we were like, we have to cut it, otherwise we will be talking forever about this. So we introduced the cut here just to show you how does it look if you completely destroy the wall. Yeah. So now there is just breakthrough. You can just pass with your units through.
Of Roman engineering, speaking the Emperor's Quinquereme and the amphitheater. And honestly, that Quinquereme is definitely gonna go on my desk, Molly.
I'm gonna pick the amphitheater, I think. I have space now, I made space.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. Right, and yeah, there is more Anno at Gamescom, as we already alluded to.
So, ja, das war's auch schon von dem kleinen Gamescom-Event. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet einen schönen Eindruck von der Anno-Booth. Gamescom ist echt lustig, wenn man so spät noch da ist, ist alles leer. Und dafür, dass heute Mittwoch war, war es echt erstaunlich voll, habe ich mir nicht so vorgestellt. Aber gut, ich war vorher auch noch nie auf der Gamescom. Von daher kann ich das wahrscheinlich auch nicht richtig einschätzen. Für mich geht es jetzt ab zurück zum Auto und dann sehen wir uns hoffentlich in einem weiteren Video wieder, wenn wir dann weitere Infos haben, wie es mit Anno 117 weitergeht, bevor dann im November der Release ansteht. Ich hoffe, euch hat der kleine Einblick gefallen, vor allen Dingen die Anno-Booth, die war sehr, sehr schön. Und ich wünsche euch jetzt noch alles Gute und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, bye.